What's good, all day fam? All right, back again for another segment of All Day, No Days Off. We're gonna jump straight to it. The Puka Nacua situation. A lot of things about Puka has been going viral. Has been a lot of allegations against him right now. For the past, I guess, over the past couple of years, Puka has been accused of a lot of different things. A lot of different things has been surfacing around Puka, and you never want. You never want stuff negative situations attached to your name. Now, a lot of this stuff is not proven, and all of the stuff is nothing that he has done illegal. It's just, I guess you can say, it's just not a good look. Puka Nacua is a young guy. He's young. He's very young. I don't know how old he is, but he's probably. Let me see how old Puka is. Let me find that out. All they found. Hold on. I think Puka is. Wow, his birthday is only like a few days after mine. I was born May 27th, and Puka Nacua was born May 29th. He's 24, and he's from Las Vegas, Nevada. Okay. So he'll be 25 in a couple months. All right. Let's see here. So this one article I see, it says Rams to delay Puka Nacua's new contract after Jackson Smith-Njigba's $168.6 million extension. Yeah, Jackson Smith-Njigba, for all of you who don't know, he signed a huge contract, making him the richest wide receiver in NFL history. And it was over 100 million guaranteed. I can't remember the exact number for Jackson Smith-Njigba, but it was a heck of a lot. So Puka Nacua is expected to wait until the summer to finalize his anticipated contract extension with the Los Angeles Rams. Earlier today, the Seattle, well, not today, this article is probably like a couple days old. Yeah, a few days old, March 3rd, 23rd. So early today, it says the Seattle Seahawks announced that they came to an agreement on a contract extension with Jackson Smith-Njigba to make him the highest paid wide receiver in the NFL. With Smith-Njigba's new contract, one NFL analyst anticipates that it will change the timeline for a potential extension between the Los Angeles Rams and Puka Nacua. So why the Rams are predicted to delay Puka Nacua's contract extension? With the 177th overall pick in the 5th round of the 2023 NFL Draft, the Rams selected Nacua out of BYU. Since joining the league, he has been one of the best wide receivers in the entire NFL. However, Nacua is entering the final year of his rookie deal, which expires after the 2026 NFL season. Yet, it seemed like an extension was imminent. There's not a lot of talent like Nacua, and losing him to another team would be detrimental to Sean McVay's offense. Despite anticipation of a contract extension, it now appears the Rams will delay it. Earlier on NFL Network's Good Morning Football, Mike Garofalo had the following to say on a potential Nacua contract extension. Puka Nacua is also in line for a potential contract extension, not eligible to receive one. He was neck and neck with JSN last year as far as production in their candidacy for offensive player of the year. But my estimation based on the conversations that I've had is it's a different situation with Puka and the Rams. Now, a lot of guys, they have to pay in other business. They have to conduct as well. The expectation on my end is the Puka deal is going to take a while and could be further into the summer. So the Seahawks made it a priority to get JSN's contract extension quickly. Puka Nacua is among the wide receivers in line behind him, but I expect time before he and the Rams get something done, according to Mike Garofalo. We'll watch this real quick. Let's see.
News at NFL Network here on a Monday morning, a lucrative Monday morning. If you're Jackson Smith-Njigba, the NFL Offensive Player of the Year and Super Bowl champion, to a 4-year, $168.6 million contract that includes $120 million guaranteed, according to his agents at Wynn Sports Group. The Seahawks came into this offseason, and the expectation was all along that they would work on JSN's deal and try to get it done quickly. They get it done well in advance of offseason workouts next month. No question about whether he's even going to show up for that or be on the field for OTAs or any of those questions that often come with a player eligible for a contract extension. This one, a slam dunk for JSN and the Seahawks. He comes in at over $42 million per year. Jamar Chase was the first wide receiver to get to the $40 million mark. He got just above that. Now JSN extends that even further for the rest of the wide receivers out there looking to get paid. I'll mention one right here, Puka Nacua. He is also in line for a possible contract extension, now eligible to receive one. He was neck and neck with JSN last year as far as production and in their candidacy for Offensive Player of the Year. But my expectation based on the conversations that I have had is it's a different situation with Puka and the Rams. The Rams got a lot of young guys that they have to pay and a lot of other business to conduct as well. So the expectation on my end is that the Puka deal is going to take a while and could be further into the summer before we see something happen there. In the meantime, JSN helping all receivers by raising that bar to over $42 million per year in his extension with the Seahawks.
All right, so now, according to TJ Houshmandzadeh, he is if the Rams, which it makes a lot of sense, because he said if the Rams drafts a wide receiver, and that wide receiver shows that he can do just as much as what Puka can do, or not even just as much as Puka can do, nearly as much, or just showing that he's near Puka's production, they more than likely not going to sign him. And I think like it makes a lot of sense because of the situation of what's going on with Puka and his allegations. And right, he's not doing anything illegal, but how these owners function, man, or at least how most of them function, is that they don't want that headache. And they're like, if you're doing this without a contract extension, me signing you to a fat contract and me pretty much making you the richest wide receiver in NFL history, when you do get that paper, when you do get that bank, you're more than likely going to, what else are you going to do? Because if you're doing this now, so the owners are thinking like that, and they could not resign him. So I completely agree with TJ on that. And there's a video right here when TJ's talking about it. I'm going to play it, show it to y'all, because it makes a lot of sense, and it's accurate. And so I think it'll be good to show it, because it is accurate. Give me a second.
Is why you got a good relationship with him. He apparently has gone out. He vows to sue the woman who accused him of saying F all the Jews. There was also an allegation of biting and, just a lot of crazy bull malarkey happening right now around Puka. Do you guys believe that Puka is being targeted?
All right, look, Prize Picks is America's #1 sports picks app, and it's the easiest way to win cash, including California.
I do believe he's being targeted, but he's bringing a lot of this on himself as well. You got to be careful when somebody, you just say Puka. Everybody knows who that is now. And so when you're on a one-name basis, you're going to always be a target. And so now, because of this, he has to be more aware, more cognizant of what he is and who he is. Like, F the Jews, I know Puka. He ain't say that. He ain't. That ain't Puka. Anybody that know Puka, all he want to do is have fun. And that's the problem, is all he want to do is have fun. When you're young, you have a lot of money, you're gonna have your fun when you're a professional athlete. You just have to be smart. I text him, been trying to get him on the phone, because I talk to him like he my son. Like I don't talk to him like, hey, bro, I'm gonna give it to him the real and raw way. Pause.
Thank you. That pause. Yeah, you learned that. That was really good pause. That was quality pause by you.
You got to hear these words. But is he being targeted? Absolutely, because this happened in December.
Yeah.
This January, February, 3 months later.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Like why? Why is this just now coming out? Because the team, they knew about this.
Facts.
They knew about this. So to say F the Jews after he did an anti-Semitic gesture, like that's not him. That's not his personality. But he has to move carefully. And I told him, I said, Acho, I said, Puka, when you go out, you probably don't feel like you need this. Bro, just go ahead and spend that $1,000 every time you step out into these streets and get security.
Yeah.
Just pay it, because now you're gonna spend $100K on a attorney. That's 100 nights out right there. It's 100 nights out.
Yeah.
And so just get security to avoid all these situations. Hopefully he'll start to listen to me.
Is Puka being targeted? Yes. But did Puka paint the target on his back? Absolutely. And that's the thing about it. Like, Puka found the red paint in a cupboard, took it out, found the paintbrush, took out a white t-shirt like the one we wearing right now, painted a whole circle around it, put the little dot in the middle, put the shirt on, and then walked outside. And that's how Puka's living right now. Is Puka being targeted? Yes. But any uncareful, incredibly wealthy individual, male or female, is going to be targeted. And that's Puka right now. Puka is a far too often publicly intoxicated, incredibly wealthy young male or female. Why wouldn't you target him?
Well, he's not incredibly wealthy yet. And this is the problem. This is a business.
Yep.
Right? If you're the Rams, do you want to stay in this business at the cost that it's going to cost you to stay in this business? The Rams have the 14th pick or the 13th, I believe.
They have the 13th pick.
13th pick. If they draft a receiver, 14th? They got 13 or 14. They have one of them.
Yeah.
If they draft a receiver in the first round, I don't know if they sign a Puka to an extension.
Ooh,
hold on,
TJ.
Hold on.
I don't.
I'm telling you.
Elaborate.
You think?
Let him elaborate.
I'm telling you. Do I think?
Oh, no,
I'm telling you.
Okay.
Franchising and franchising next season, not this upcoming season, the following season, and trading. Let them draft a receiver in the first round, and this receiver shows them he can do what Puka was doing, even if it ain't that level, if it's close enough.
Let me talk to you like Shady talked to me yesterday. He ain't doing nothing illegal, T.
No.
He a 24-year-old kid letting his hair down, having fun.
Nothing illegal at all. You know this, and Shady know this. What teams want that headache? Because if you're doing this now and you got a couple million in the bank, what you gonna do when you got 75 million in the bank? What you gonna do? And teams think like this. I know. And so he got to make sure, like, to be in this position is a blessing for him. And I've been knowing him since he come into the league. Before he got into the league, all he wanted to do is smile and have fun. But you got to be careful that you having too much fun. Because we all going to have fun. He's having too much fun. And the team, you're doing this, you're getting in these little incidents. You got probably a couple million in the bank, maybe a couple million. I doubt if he got that much, but you're about to have a whole lot more. And now you're going to be an even bigger target because these people don't know that Puka ain't got that type of money.
Yeah.
But he coming into this money. If you're the Rams, I'm franchising him and I'm trying to trade him if he don't get his SHIT together.
Now, if you're somebody watching this show who ain't played in the league, my question for you, T, would be, well, wait a second. If you're that rich or about to be that rich, why is it this hard to have good people around you? What is the answer to that?
He does have good people around him. They not going out with him. I'm assuming it's him and his brother. His brother young. They having fun. You just have to move differently now. When you start to realize he got that red paint on, that he's a target. You have to move differently.
Few receivers had more fun than one of your closest friends, Chad Johnson. Few receivers in the history of football had more fun than Chad Johnson. But Chad still got his paper.
Different type of fun.
Elaborate.
Different type of fun. When Chad go out.
Style. Or
Yeah, so I completely agree with TJ because it's Puka worth the headache. Now, The thing about it is, what makes this situation interesting is that there's only allegations, but at the same time, there's allegations, and teams sometimes certain owners they don't care if there's only allegations. They're not going to put up with that headache. It's you don't need to be walking on eggshells, but the fact of the matter is that Puka it's not giving him a good look because it's constant, consistent stuff that's coming out about him. And the Rams, they seem like an organization, they're not going to put up with that type of nonsense. And Puka he's going to have to conduct himself because he does have a target on his back. And I mean, I think any NFL player, famous NFL player or star NFL player has a target on their back. And you got to be smart. You got to be wise about how you're conducting yourself when you're going out. I'm not saying that you can't go out and go have fun. I'm the type of individual that you will hardly ever see me because that's just how I am in general. I'm like that without money, and I'm going to be like that with money, maybe even more because I have a very tight circle. If it's even a circle, maybe it's a diameter, but half a circle. But the fact of the matter is that I've never been the type of person to go out and everything, but I know not everybody's like that. Some people likes to really just go out and it's different types of fun. Like I like to have fun, but my fun is different than other people's types of fun, And so Puka, he can go out and do his things, but he has to be wise about how he's handling himself, because now I've read earlier that I think he's being sued, and so this is going to be a long, tough road for Puka, and just most guys they need to be smart about this because just because you're famous, you're rich, you know, doesn't mean you're untouchable. It really doesn't. What makes you untouchable is really living your life in a secrecy way, really not making yourself so accessible, not always making yourself available. That's how you got to go about. Really, that's how you're going to make yourself untouchable. You can have all the money in the world, and if you make yourself accessible, you are not untouchable. You keep too many people in your circle. People, when they're around you, you're probably like, I want to have fun. I want to kick it. I want to yada, yada, yada. And you may thinking people may not do anything to you, but they may not do anything to you right firsthand. But people are vultures, man. People are predators. People are opportunists. People are freeloaders. People are leeches. People are always looking around. What can they get out of it? People are self-interested. And you have to keep that in mind when you're out putting yourself around people and having these in this public, having these private parties and going to these doing X, Y, and Z, whatever. You got to keep in mind that people see you. They know who you are. They're not on your level, but you are allowing them in your circle, in your space. You probably not in your circle, but in your space. And you gotta be wise about it because people will plot. They will plot. So I hope everything works out for Puka. He is an extremely, extremely, extremely talented, great, hardworking player. And I get it. You put all that work in, you want somewhere to go release, but you gotta be more wise about it, man. You got to be, because I would hate for a successful player like Puka to go down because of some nonsense. I would hate it. So hopefully this pass. Hopefully. All right. Yeah, my bad. I don't know what's going on. YouTube been tripping with this streaming and everything going live. So, but I'm back on, and yeah. So that's it. That's all I have for about the Puka Nacua situation. I'm gonna jump off. I'll be back on maybe later. Definitely tomorrow. It's no days off on this channel, but yeah. Hopefully Puka. Hopefully, like I said, I hope this situation doesn't really go down hard on Puka. He's young. He's young, and he's young. He just wants to have fun. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that at all. He needs to be wise about it, and he needs to be more calculated, and he needs to be more judgmental of who he's having fun with. Have fun with the people. I don't want to say have fun with the people you can trust. Have fun with the people, I guess, who fears you, Puka, not the people who loves you. Have fun with the people who actually fear you, who fears that they won't cross you. You know what I'm saying? Those type of individuals. So Don't be going out having fun with just anybody, Joe Schmo or whatever. Because people will plot, man, and people are not, they may act like they like you or love you or they're for you, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And people will play their part until they catch you at your most vulnerable moment or until they find the perfect opportunity and they're going to bite and it's going to catch you off guard. So just be wise about this. Just be wise about it. Please. You're too great of a player. You're too talented of a player. Too valuable of a human being for this to go down. You're too young. So just keep in mind that you're better than most people. Yes, you are. You're better than most people. And if you play your cards right, if you go about this a wise way, you are going to be stupid wealthy. Stupid wealthy. Like you're not wealthy yet. I mean, you're more wealthy than most people your age, but you're not like wealthy yet. You're not like you don't have like generational wealth yet. So, and you will if you just really just keep the right circle around you, even if it's so that's just my 2 cents. Because I would hate for a situation like this to go down for Puka, because especially if the Rams they move forward and move on, and then it can just go down. It can go down tubes from there for Puka. I've seen it happen with a lot of guys, a lot of players, great players, look like they can have a Hall of Fame career, and then just situations happens, and then their career is done because of situations that they done on the field, off the field, stuff they got involved with. I don't understand how my players put themselves in these situations. I really don't. So just stay focused on your craft, bro. Just stay focused on your craft. Get married. Dang it. Like still stay stable or something. I don't know. But anyway, man, that's all I got. And so we're gonna be back very soon. Like I said, I'll probably be back later on today. If not, it will definitely be tomorrow. There's no days off on this channel, like I said. All day. Deuces. Take care. Have a great day.